Thanks for joining us on National Focus. I'm Shaakira Pierre. Coming up, $33.2 million for Ministry of Health and nearly $5 million allocated for 6 schools. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Thanks for staying with us. The Ministry of Health and the Environment is getting 10.6 of the 2016 capital budget for this financial year. The allocation for the ministry includes the cost of filling vacant staff positions. The new National Hospital is accounted for in this allocation. The new hospital is being grant funded by the People's Republic of China with counterpart financing from the government of Dominica. The long-awaited new hospital has been the subject of discussion between local and international partners for some time. But according to the Honorable Finance Minister, Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, the project is finally here.
As usual, some said it could not be done, and it would not be done. Many who poured scorn and cold water on this initiative clearly did not understand the intricate planning process required in the building of a hospital, especially on the same site of an existing hospital in full-time operation. Right here in the region, we know, for example, that it took a particular country decades to conceptualize and finally agree on the structure and layout of the hospital facility. In another country, the planning process for and the actual refurbishment of the hospital stretched over 2 terms of an administration. In a third country, after more than 15 years under active consideration, discussions are still continuing over whether that particular hospital will be refurbished or replaced. Here in the Commonwealth of Dominica, some people expected that with a flick of a light switch, we would just set out one morning, break ground, and start to build the hospital.
He reiterates that this is not the end, but in fact the beginning of some inconvenience to healthcare providers and patients.
Clearly, we know that there will be some level of inconvenience to all special interest groups, namely to patients, healthcare professionals and other ancillary staff, visitors to the hospital, and persons providing products and services to the institution. This inconvenience will be minimized as much as possible, and I dare say will be worth the end product when we receive a modern hospital facility fit for the 3rd decade of the 21st century. This is the day that we have all prayed and hoped for, and I ask citizens and residents alike to be tolerant and patient as we seek to implement short-term arrangements for the continued conduct of business at the hospital during the months of construction.
By the end, he says it will all be worthwhile.
A modern hospital will bring tremendous benefits to the people of Dominica. Our citizens will have access to top quality, affordable health care. Residents and visitors will have greater comfort knowing that when visiting Dominica, 21st century health care will be readily available. There will be scope and opportunity for the pursuit of health tourism, with Dominica being able to offer first-rate healthcare services to neighboring islands in specific specialty areas. Not only would this attract new and additional revenue, but it would also benefit the vital tourism industry as well. This would serve also to reduce the number of people being referred to overseas facilities for care. The new National Hospital will enhance opportunities for its use by the medical schools for the clinical rotations and will bring additional economic benefits to the country.
All have been invited to celebrate in this victory next week.
I am pleased to announce to this House, Madam Speaker, after ensuring that all necessary surveys and designs were done, all I's were dotted, and all T's crossed. All agreements have now been signed. The groundbreaking ceremony for Dominica's new state-of-the-art National Hospital will take place on 8th August 2016. And I take this opportunity, Madam Speaker, to invite all Dominicans to attend this very important ceremony.
Government has extended an invitation for new suggestions for a new name for the hospital. Meantime, the Honorable Prime Minister confirmed that designs for the Marigot Hospital and upgrades to the Reginald Fitzroy Armour Hospital in Portsmouth will be undertaken in this financial year. Still in the Ministry of Health and the Environment, the largest chunk of the $33.2 million allocated to the Ministry of Health and the Environment goes to an environment-sensitive project. The Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, or DVRP, emanates from Dominica's Strategic Program for Climate Resilience, PPCR, and was approved for funding from the World Bank's Climate Investment Fund 4 years ago. Dominica's project was selected in addition to projects of 17 other countries to pilot the climate-proofing strategies. There are 13 local interventions identified to receive attention, including interior roads, storm drains, a seismic monitoring network, and a spatial data management system.
The rehabilitation of many of the country's highways and the stabilization of vulnerable slopes to be undertaken as part of this project will improve Dominica's resilience to devastating storms. During the fiscal year, the Ministry will also benefit from funding provided by the Government of Japan and the Global Environment Facility, GEF, to undertake localized intervention aimed at strengthening and enhancing livelihood opportunities and improving local community resilience.
The DVRP project works through a combination of civil works, capacity building, and institutional development agendas. The 2016-2017 budget has revealed that almost $5 million has been earmarked for rehabilitation and improvement of selected primary and secondary schools around the island. During the budget presentation, Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, Minister for Finance, announced that the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development would receive the second highest allocation of 15.3% of a total of $68 million. Over $4 million of this will be focused on the expansion and upgrade of school plans with continued development of several schools. The Honorable Prime Minister revealed that the expenditure on education will increase in 2016 and 2017 due to increased provision for maintenance and repairs to both primary and secondary school buildings.
Allocations have been made for works to commence on the Calibishi Primary School. This is a school that is in dire need of massive upgrade. We will work on designs for the Calibishi Primary School, our DPS, that is the Roosevelt Douglas Primary School, to the tune of $890,000. We will also commence design works for the Goodwill Secondary School, the Tebow Primary School, Madam Speaker. And again, Tebow is one of the schools, I must admit, that because of the goodness of the Honorable Prime Minister, that over the years he has postponed and deferred and put back the construction of the Tebow Primary School to the extent that we did Saint-Sauveur, we did Newtown. So I'm happy to announce to the residents of Tebow that come this year, works will commence on the Tebow Primary School, and we have $1.5 million allocated to that project. The Sineku Primary School in the Kalinago territory, a classroom block extension, $100,000. And importantly, Madam Speaker, the Dominica Grammar School. Yes, member for Roseau Central, the Dominica Grammar School, we have some $2.5 million for construction of the classroom block.
The Education Minister also informed that government is currently ensuring that all primary schools are outfitted with water storage tanks.
The provision of potable water to some of our schools was a challenge, as many of our water sources were either damaged or destroyed. And so the staff of the Ministry of Education operated a distribution system to schools, thereby ensuring that there was a constant supply of drinking water to students and staff at the various schools. In schools where water tanks were available, DOASCO ensured a constant supply of water for sanitation. And Madam Speaker, I wish to register my profound gratitude to UNICEF, DOASCO, the Rotary Club, and the ODM for the donation of water tanks at our various schools.
The water tank project is expected to be complete in time for the new academic year. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. Honorable Minister for Information, Kelva Daru, says the National Employment Program continues to have a positive impact on the island's human resource. Honorable Daru defended the program as he contributed to the debate on the 2016-2017 budget at the House of Assembly last week.
Not one single social program of this Labour Party government has been eradicated. Every single social program will continue. Every single social program. And I speak here of the assistance to school students. And the Minister of Education is here. And I'm sure that he will tell you in his presentation the thousands of dollars that the government spends before every school term to ensure that our students have school uniforms, school shoes, to go back to school, Madam Speaker, looking spanking new. This is a commitment of the Labour Party administration. The allowance that has been increased in this financial year for the 70 and over, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Minister for Information described the 2016-2017 budget as social friendly.
This program, when it was implemented, we started it for about 400 young people. About 400 young people, Madam Speaker. And we've seen significant growth of the National Employment Program. To date, we have 1,344. But I want to make a very significant point here, Madam Speaker. Because when the opposition leader spoke this morning, he sought to give the impression that the numbers and the individuals who are currently on the program are the same people who started the program. And that is not true. Madam Speaker, there has been significant transition from the program. Young people have found permanent jobs coming from the NEP. And what that has done, it has made more room for others to come on board. We've seen young people go to study coming from the National Employment Program, creating more rooms for other young people, Madam Speaker. There has been transition. Some of these young people have been absorbed into the public service. And we've seen it, Madam Speaker. And that tells you that the program is working.
Honourable Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency and former Minister for Tourism, Ian Douglas, applauds the initiative of his constituents, Captain Neville Wade, on his new ferry service, which will boost arrivals within the Caribbean region. According to CC6 News Night in Grenada, Wade will soon launch a double-decker ferry boat with a capacity of 350 people for travel within the Southern Caribbean. Honourable Douglas told GIS News during a tour of his Portsmouth constituency last week that he has known Wade all his life and credits him as the authority on boats in Dominica. Honourable Douglas expressed his excitement for Wade's enterprise.
Mr. Wade actually is probably one of the most prominent sailors in Dominica. I mean, Mr. Wade is probably the authority on sailing and boat business in Dominica. He started way back in the 1960s with a small schooner where he actually put an engine of a vehicle in a boat where you had to actually clutch and change gears and stuff to run the boat. That is how Mr. Wade started way back in the 1950s and 1960s, and throughout the years I've been involved in various vessels and stuff. And so he has decided to diversify and to change his traditional way of seafaring, because he used to do more cargo and bulk shipping.
Captain Wade, who has been in the shipping business for over 50 years, told CC6 News he's hoping to have the service operational this month.
Of course, you cannot do a passenger service with one boat, and that is where we have to use our heads, bring our eyes and our arms, our thoughts together to really make the Caribbean look like the Caribbean. Or else, just know, some extra-regional people are going to come in and they're going to do it. And I almost know that we're not going to get 350 people one time between the islands. I think we can get 250. I hope this ferry works well. We can get a second ferry and really connect from Tortola to Trinidad on a daily basis. We will start with a once weekly movement, a service, because we believe the traffickers, we call them here, or what do you call them? Traffickers, and we call them hucksters in Dominica, can go from St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, Trinidad. We can do that in one day. So if we start St. Lucia, when that will have grown early enough, we can get to Trinidad by 2 p.m.
The Portsmouth MP considers this a tremendous feat for the captain and an important step towards travel options within the Caribbean.
The government and the Ministry of Tourism have been trying to boost arrivals into Dominica, because that's one of the ways of getting tourists into your country, is really to have more avenues for bringing them in. You know, the government have been working with LIAT. We've invested $8 million. The Prime Minister has spoken about it. We have been working with Win Air. I mean, we've worked with Seaborn, all in an effort to try to boost our arrivals so that we can fill the hotel rooms that we have. And so Mr. Wade have been listening to that discussion and have decided to invest in a ferry so that he himself could assist in bringing more persons into the destination, and we're very happy for that.
Honorable Douglas considers this an avenue to improve travel and business within the Caribbean.
These are the kind of initiatives that will boost Caribbean integration. We've been hearing about Caribbean integration and why the Federation failed, and the CSME, CARICOM, Single Market and Economy, and persons moving from Dominica to Antigua, from St. Lucia to Dominica. All those things really will remain academic until and unless we have initiatives like the ferry service, the lovely ferry service established by Mr. Wade, that will take you from Dominica to St. Lucia for carnival or for jazz or for some other activity. We have Creole Festival coming up, and you know Creole Festival is a big hit in the French departments of Martinique and Guadeloupe. French people actually see the festival as their festival being staged outside of Martinique and Guadeloupe, and they want to come over. But the ferries that have been established, like the Jeans Ferry and Express des Îles, really cannot take the bulk of persons who want to come. So the addition of other opportunities and avenues for persons to come into Dominica is welcome.
Coming up, your Creole highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique a payé support technical hub India pour établir Center of Excellence en State College Dominique. Parole salant sorti directeur Telecoms, M. Bennett Thomas. Gouvernement Dominique a mis en lot attention à ses affaires IT en Dominique.
India, c'est une place qui est à forefront en la terre, revenue to information technology. So le gouvernement Dominique allé après understanding ça, il a tapé experts à information technology et il a collaboré avec Indian government to develop a center of excellence. yo se moun ki très bien bagay comme ça. So là ça ni là c'est un bagay qui bon, qui exceptionnel, qui moun ça travaille et puis et là en finissement tout bagay ça. Dominique qui a plus belle place pour faire business.
La nouvelle management Solid Waste Dominique a fait parole qui poubelle qui mettait en ville Ozo, c'est pour chaîne place la net. Parole ça là sorti officier relations publiques coopération là, monsieur Geno Jacob.
C'est bien nous pour l'argent et puis c'est mon qui gagne bien yo aussi payer l'argent pour ces bien et puis c'est bien là pour masser l'État vous savez là fini manger boire en bosta boire en verglo styrofoam plastique ou ça mettre ça en bien pour faire certain que drain là aux pas bloqué la pluie tomber faire certain que on y en place là où ça mettait c'est l'État là où finit manger là où finit boire là où finit faire ça qu'on fait aux parce que nous pas voulons manger et puis watt continuer qu'à en tout cas on l'homme dit aux oignons pas chez watt c'est parce que nous avons la gestion l'État ça c'est vieux manger ça là en dalle là comme ça c'est bien là pour une raison ça là c'est pour masser tout l'État et puis tout morceau papier vieux pan là où finit boire et puis boîte là où finit boire à giro comme ça nous a dit moun pour travailler puis Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation continue pour travailler puis nous pour faire certain qui nous ouvrir nous là nous voyons ces bitins à faire là nous voyons moun ka détruire ces adoptable block ben là parce que yo là pour service nous
et puis finalement ministre touriste honorable Senator Robert Tong a fait parole que le gouvernement fait appointement officiel pour représenter Dominique et puis la place touriste tout là. Honorable Tong dit moun qui a représenté Dominique et puis la place à touriste, ça bien important pour l'industrie touriste là. Quand même si l'homme ministre Tong, Dominique teni moun pour la place touriste là, mais quand l'industrie là autant important, il pas satisfait et puis ça Dominique teni raison pour appointement neuf. Discover Dominic Authority travaille à ça et puis vous venez devant et puis solution neuf. C'est officier touriste là visiter Dominique semaine passée. On a vu pourquoi ailleurs ça qui a passé en Dominique qui a concerné l'industrie touriste là. Mais c'est mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à Creole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
With current market trends, it has become increasingly cheaper to buy distantly produced goods. However, along with the lower prices comes the added cost of repercussions on the environment and impacts on the economic well-being of our community. This is why today I want to encourage you to buy local. When you buy local, the money stays within the economy, you safeguard your family's health and protect the environment. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Shaakira Pierre. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.